Hello, buongiorno and hello to my 13th week video here in Milan. So for Monday and Tuesday there's actually nothing special to tell, but on Wednesday evening, after having aperitivo with Isabel and Marie, I went home, of course, with the underground or the subway. I don't know what Marcus would say. And there was a man sitting in front of me, the age of, I don't know, something above 60 years. And everyone else, except of us two, was on their phone. Everybody was watching on the phone. He looked at me and he started smiling, and I just had to smile back. So I looked down, and after a few seconds, I looked at him again and I started smiling again, and it was such a weird connection between us. And we kept on smiling at each other for a few moments, and then he suddenly came over to me. He had something in his bag. It was a bottle of water, and he was holding this bottle of water to me, like, prendilo, prendilo, take it, take it. I want to offer you a bottle of water, and it was not some cheap but very expensive water. I was like, no, no, I'll be home in a few minutes. I don't need water. Uh, and I had to say no like 15 times or so, to make him stop offering me this water. So he sat down again, and we kept on watching at each other, smiling, and I was like, thank you, but no, I don't need this water. And as I had to get off the underground, I stood in front of him and I wanted to shake his hand. I wanted to offer him my hand, and he was offering me his hand. But instead of shaking it, he was turning around my hand and giving me a hand kiss. Like, on Friday morning, I had a date with my Italian course again. And this time we went into a villa. It's called the Villa Necchi Campiglio, and it's an old house. It's built 1932 until 1935, and it survived World War bombings and also some other stuff I don't exactly know, because it got a little bit uninteresting after a while. At the beginning, it is made up like a museum. In the beginning, I was like, ooh, very interesting, and I want to hear everything, but after a while, it was like very boring, and the style of the house was not mine. So the house itself, it was designed very very open, but the interior and sometimes the walls, they were like very dark shaded. But there was some very interesting stuff standing around, and those were dresses that were made out of paper. They were standing around paper dresses. Like, what the hell? That was so cool. Very interesting dresses from the 18th and 19th century. That was very impressive. And in the end, we watched a video in which was shown how the dresses are made and how difficult it's actually to make paper dresses. Because we weren't allowed to make pictures inside the villa, where also the dresses were standing around like randomly in all of the rooms. I can't give you some footage of that, but we were allowed to make pictures outside. After visiting the villa, I had nothing to do, so I went to Zara with Teresa, and she had to change some clothes for the kid she's looking after. So we entered the kids' floor, and I was actually freaking out inside, as I realized that I am too small for some sizes of kids' stuff. Like, what the hell? I'm able to wear kids' stuff. I mean, I have a winter jacket that is kid size, but until that time, I didn't realize that so much. Like, I was realizing that 164 is actually the body size in centimeters. Until now, I didn't realize that. I just bought the stuff that was my size, and as I grew up, I changed from the sizes 152 and 164 and something like that to XS, S, and M. Yeah, and that's why I'm complaining about that. XS is also sometimes too big for me because I'm actually a kid size. And after working, I went out to have dinner. This time, not aperitivo, but Chinese food. We went to a Chinese restaurant, and I want to thank you guys so much for this lovely evening. It was so funny to be with you, and I know you're watching. I went there with Marie, Yule, Isabel, and Sophia, and it was such a nice evening. We actually had some problems to order because Sophia is vegetarian, and yeah, asking in broken Italian slash English a Chinese woman if something has either fish or meat inside, that's a problem. And if she doesn't if the waitress doesn't understand you, and she might think that someone else doesn't want what she already ordered. It was a mess, but we actually, at the end, we got what we wanted. And I had this evening spring rolls, then Chinese noodles, and for dessert I had baked banana with sugar actually, and not with honey. That was weird. On Saturday I had early violin lessons. In the afternoon I met Sophia to do a little bit of Christmas shopping. I actually didn't buy anything. And afterwards we met Jorit on a coffee, and then I had to go home at 6 o'clock because I had to babysit.
Ich glaube, jetzt habe ich ihn ein paar Mal ganz hellhörig nicht erwischt. Oh, schau, ne, die waren einfach voller uns. Es war auch noch einer Mann.
Sunday morning I went to the church for the second Advent, and this time the church wasn't so overcrowded. It was actually like undercrowded. There were not so many people, but for me that's normal. When I go to the church, there are not so many people. And the mass was really beautiful, very Christmassy, and I really liked it. I went there with Emma, Jorid, Sophia, and Elizabeth, and afterwards we went to have dinner. No, dinner, lunch. Lunch together, and Evelyn joined us, and we were sitting there until the afternoon. The Christmas cookies look very delicious as every year, and it's so cute watching Grandma walking around in the background. I'm so excited to see all of you again on Christmas time. Well, it sounds like I have to go and watch Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because you have very high standards, very high requirements when it comes to movies. And if you say this movie was very good, that that means something. That has to say something. And yes, it has started to be a little bit more Christmassy around here, but the footage of that will be included in the next video because it's already in the new week. And yeah, that's not included in this week's video, so I'll gonna see you in my next video with a little bit of Christmassy stuff, and I hope some good stories. Bye.